episode, we bought this M4 to test its destruction, and we promised you we were going to test it in the 3 most common car enthusiast hobbies. Today, we're at Santa Pod. We're going to be trying out some drag racing in this 700 horsepower M4 and see how we get on. And fingers crossed, we don't have as many issues as we used to with the E90. Before we get started, let's briefly recap on the main engine mods this M4 is running today. Running the Insane Crank Hub, FRVS 7XX turbos, Step Colder spark plugs, Decat downpipes, Catless mid-pipe, upgraded charge pipes, XHP Gearbox Mapping, and the engine tuning carried out by RS Tuning. This car is running purely on 99 octane Tesco Momentum fuel, and we are not running methanol injection. The car's also running very warm PS4s tyres on the back, which isn't ideal and is something that we're going to be changing in the future. So we're in the queue waiting to go out now, and I thought now would be a perfect opportunity to get the racing driver excuses out of the way. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this car complete justice, because I've not done, well, I've only ever been on Santa Pod twice, and that was a car show with a car full and a not really a fast car. It was in the E90, but it was standard, so just did it for a bit of fun and didn't really take it seriously and span up like hell on the line. So coming back with a lot more power than we did last time, there's going to be some element of me getting used to it and actually learning what to do, because like anyone says, if anyone says that any sport's easy, they very quickly find out that it's not when they have a go. We're going to have a go now. The first couple of runs, don't expect any records broken, but yeah, as we get moving and get into the groove of things, we're going to be pushing as much as we can and see what we can actually do with the car and see what our turbos are capable of on the drag strip. Right, first run out, it looks like I've lined up against a rather tasty G80, so I'm definitely not going to win this one, but see how we get on. So first run, it seemed to stall coming off the line, and I think we've got to the bottom of what caused it. It seems like, well, it's my fault. I didn't do a burnout because obviously I didn't want to, well, I just wanted to get a feel for the track first run out, and it spun up and it seemed to have like wheel hop and then stall. Not quite sure what caused that, but going off what everyone else is doing, I think we've got no choice, we've got to do a burnout. I want to see how it launched without a burnout first, but I think we're definitely going to have to do a burnout, so we'll do that on the next one. I'm useless at launching this. I struggled like hell to launch the E90 as well, so I've definitely got to get a feel for how the launch control works and what you have to do. I thought when I launched it on that one, I thought it snapped a drive shaft, but put it in second gear and it went, so I was like, oh, thank God for that. Yeah, we'll do a launch. We'll try and do a smoother takeoff this time and not spin it as much and try and get no wheel hop. But for saying that we started halfway up the track, the tyres were good. The speed through the top gate was quite good, even considering that we started like pretty much halfway down the track. Let's see how we get on for the second run, and hopefully I can do the car some justice. I stalled it coming off the line. I didn't know you could stall an auto.
we were wondering.
Yeah, I think I may have. Paul just said I was sat in the wet box, which made it spin, and it didn't want to spin, and I think it just said no, fuck off, and stalled. So yeah, driver error, I think. So we'll try again next time.
Don't you make me get in this car and drive it.
Well, you can if you want the fucking wrist back, you can.
When I've got this hat on, I am fast. It's a good burnout you're going to need, mate.
Yeah.
But do it on the launch, but keep it low down in the launch. I think you'll get it. Okay. Definitely.
I have to change it every time I do it, don't I?
Yes, you do, yeah.
If I'd have done what I did there on the track, it would have been a good launch.
To be fair, it's like you say, it might need changing after the second gear.
having never been to a Run What You Brung day, I am so surprised that you guys can cope with being able to queue for this long. The queues are ridiculous. It's like you do an hour of queuing for like a 10-second run. I don't know how people do it. It's so boring. I'm falling asleep. Come on, get me out there again. I want to practice my bloody launch. I'm not going to get nowhere today if I don't get back out. I can understand if like someone had come off or someone had crashed or something like that, but they're just sat here doing nothing. Oh, there's a tractor on the track. Finally, we're moving. So, launch control. It'll do it itself up to second gear, hopefully. Oh great, I'm up against the Tesla. The fate of the internal combustion engine rests upon my shoulders. Great. Better. I've got the launch now, I just need to get the staging right now. I definitely got the launch right that time. I felt it in my eyes, I felt my eyes pulling into the back of my head. It launches hard, man. Jesus. Woo. They should call this Q What You Brung. We've been here all morning, we've done 2 runs. The first run, I completely messed up the launch. Watch out. That turbo is bigger than mine. Yeah, first run completely messed up the launch. Second run, I got the launch. Like, this thing launches hard. Like, I can feel it in my eyes even after the run. So I'm happy with the launch on it now. Span up a little bit in second gear, so there's definitely still room for improvement. And also I got caught napping on the line. The green light was probably on for about half a second before I actually launched. So there's still a lot of room in it. I think I've just done an 11.2. So there's still a bit more in it. I want to try and get in the 10s, that'd be great, I think. So that can be our aim for the day. I think we're about to stop for dinner, so there's probably not a great deal left to do now, apart from watch Dolly's run. Dolly's going to go out and have a practice in the E90, ready for our grudge match a bit later on when I've had a bit more practice. My racing driver excuse if we go any slower after dinner is I've had a big dinner. That's all the excuses you need for now. There's going to be some cool stuff coming out this afternoon. That run was a hell of a lot better. We got the launch pretty much nailed. I went into that auto mode where I shifted, even though the car actually shifts itself in like first and second. I'm not sure if I hope it doesn't fist. I'm not sure if it shifts itself in like third, but there was definitely some gear changes there that I didn't request. So I might try and let it do its own thing this time and see how we get on, and just go along for the ride basically. See how we get on. We've decided we're going to race the E90 against the F82. We had a little play on the way here and I think I know which way it's going to go, but I'm struggling with the launch and so is Dolly, so it's anyone's game really. Secretly I want the E90 to win, but I don't think it's going to. Well, I am experimenting now. I'm not going to change gear myself because I'm sure the car's trying to change gear for me. So I'm not going to change gear at all and just let it do itself. So if I lose because of that, Scott, go and find the turbo on that car, on that line. It's not going to be hard, surely. What? You wouldn't catch me on one of them, not even if you paid me, mate. Not a chance. No way. I prefer that.
Do you?
Yeah. Genuinely.
Land Rover.
He doesn't. He prefers this. He just doesn't want to say because that's his baby. We all know it. We know it.
I do. This is brilliant, right? This is a fucking brilliant tool. But I don't know, there's just something about that. It's got a hydraulic handbrake on that.
Yeah, it's really line lock.
I just said to him, do you want to drift it?
Yeah, definitely.
But then when you're in the water, brake. That's what I've done. That's like you might,
don't it?
yeah, but that normally hooks.
Thanks.
Can you give us a hard launch, please, mate?
Yeah. Pulling up to the most prestigious drag strip in the UK with two cars that we've built to a spec that I couldn't have even dreamt of 5 years ago. And not just that, looking out into the pits and seeing a sea of fast road logos on jumpers and stickers on cars dotted around makes us realise how far our team has come and also our client base. With that humble thought secured firmly in my mind, it's time to see what's better. Supercharged E90 or Stage 3 F82? So I think a clear winner for that race was the M4 with an 11.0 second run, and still room for improvement on that. However, Dolly had a problem. The marshals had figured it out.
The plan was, come down, do that run, Tom parks up, goes over there, jumps in this, then we could run this down the pod. And I said Tom, I'm going to give it all me all. He went, yeah, send it.
Yes.
My boss told me to send it.
Send it to the end of the track, not back into the workshop.
I sent it to the end of the start line.
So Dolly broke the E90, tell us more.
It's a brand new drive shaft. Was a brand new drive shaft and it snapped. So
Yeah, give it to me.
I want to see inside of
that's where the drive shaft nut should be, and it shot out the wheel.
that. Where? What?
There should be a shaft attached to that and a nut, and it's on the track
Look.
somewhere.
I just sent the cap.
Does-
Yeah, I felt it twitch. I let off. I thought it was going to spin out. But then I put it back down and it just didn't feel right. So I just kept my foot gently and drove down there. I got to here, flashing my light so you could open the gate here. I didn't want to go all the way to the end. But there, literally, I didn't even get past the lines.
You did 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, no, I let off, put it back on its twitch, so I kept it steady.
That's the
But
bearing
I'd
that's
go
going,
all the
that
way
is.
down. Then I got to about the side
Any words
here,
of
I
advice
just
for
flashed
people
my
that want
lights.
to try and bring two cars to drag
Here,
events in future?
Don't.
All the way
Just
down
don't
to the
bother.
bottom.
Yeah.
Don't bother.
I turned off here.
Don't bother supercharging your E90 M3. Try and get it back without the wheel falling off now.
Are we going
So that's it then. A rather rubbish end to quite a half decent day really. The M4 did quite well. We managed to get an 11 dead on the quarter mile, which for a car which has pretty much got full interior and road tyres that are about knackered, I don't think that's too bad. But the E90 in true fashion had to show us why we need the M4 and break down. So today is the next day and we've had to come back with a trailer. We did attempt to try and get the AA to bring us back, but unfortunately they won't recover cars from a racetrack. So there's a bit of useful information for you. So if your car does break down at the racetrack, even if you've not been on, it's you're not getting it back on the AA or the RAC. So we'll come back the next day with trusty old Mandy and yeah, we'll get the E90 back, repair the snap shaft, and I think the extra power is going to have to come off the E90. We're going to sell it and we're going to put all the money that we've lost or made from the supercharger kit back into the F series, because there's a hell of a lot more to get out of that car. And I think if we were to come back to SantaPod, there's definitely a low 10 in the car with the right tyres. We were on complete standard, bog standard pump fuel, which you can get from Tesco's. So with some changes to fueling and changes to the tyres, I think we could get some really low numbers in that car. But the next time that you'll see that car, we're actually going to be at a drift day, and it's not just going to be your bog standard SantaPod drift day or Alton Park drift day. We've gone a bit far. We're going to be mixing with the pros. We're going to be massively out of our depth. So yeah, this next drift day is definitely not one that a standard, not standard, but not one that a road car should be doing.